Welcome to the episode of Jay Leno's Garage. As you know, we're a huge Abarth or Abarth fans. I've always said Abarth since the 8th grade, but it's actually Abarth, but that's okay. These are obviously the modified Fiats that come from the factory modified over the regular Fiat 500. I first got enamored of these when they brought one by and we took it out and did some handbrake turns like this one. Take a look. Man, you can see how much fun that is. And the cool thing about these are, like Harley Davidson, like Corvette, this is probably one of the most accessorized vehicles that you can get. There's all kinds of neat high-performance stuff, or just performance-looking stuff, or my wife's got the orange and white one, the electric, or cute things you can do to them. I mean, they're just a lot of fun. They're great cars. And mine is fairly stock. We did some iBox springs, a few little things. Haven't modified it, so this would be fairly mild. I'm going to show you a couple of wild Abarths that are pretty cool. This is Robert Tallini. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing?
Now, he makes all kinds of cool hot rod accessories for these Fiats. I mean, just great stuff, as you can tell just by looking at it. One right off the top is the carbon fiber hood. Now, you race these, right?
Yeah, actually this car just came back from the Silver State Challenge where it raced and actually finished third in its class this year.
Very cool, very cool. And mine has 160 horsepower. What kind of horsepower are you getting out of this one?
This car is about 240 horsepower now.
Really?
Yeah,
From 1.4 liters?
Yeah, which is quite a difference.
yeah, that is quite a difference. Visually, they don't look a whole lot different until you start getting closer. The front spoiler down there, obviously the beautiful carbon fiber. Do you make these pieces?
Yes, actually these pieces are ours. We have the molds to them and we've been working at that for about 10 years actually, making carbon fiber components.
And also now in the mirror as well?
Yes.
Very cool. And
Yeah.
what size wheels? Same size wheels? Or?
These are actually 16-inch wheels,
Okay.
although the Abarth comes with either or, depending on what
Right.
trim. So I think you have 17s on this one right now.
Right.
So.
Well, it's one of the most fun cars to drive. Does it get squirrely with the 240 horsepower going through the front wheels? Get a little bit of torque
Yeah, you
steer?
get a little torque steer.
Yeah, but
But
that's part of the fun.
That's right.
Can we open the hood and show you what we've done under there to get that extra, what, 80 horsepower? Let's take a look.
That's sure.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Not a lot of room in there.
It's a tight little package, improved turbocharger, ported, and this is all intake piping, what you see at the top, and also these are more heat shields and other
Right.
types of things to manage heat.
And you keep the stock battery. I thought you'd maybe go to a motorcycle-sized battery or something.
That's option for
Right.
sure. Yeah, it's something that we plan to do actually.
How about internals of the motor? Do they stay the same?
We're working with stock internals,
Okay.
and everything that's modified as far as the engine goes, all external stuff, which makes it really great, and it still allows you to get a lot of power. This is like a chassis stiffening bar. A lot of
Right.
people will call them strut bars, but of course
Right.
the struts are way back here, so this is really just stiffening the frame horns out in the front. Again, you see some of this kind of heat shielding kind of blankets. These are things that
Right.
we actually made custom for this car, so they're made exactly for the shapes of the shields and things, which really keeps heat away from the intake, and actually the temperatures are extremely cool. We've measured them out, and that's one of the things that gives us so much power.
How about the brakes? Keep the stock brakes, or have you upgraded?
The stock diameter brakes, but we use a better rotor and a
Okay.
better pad, which gives us a better grip.
Steel rotor, carbon fiber rotor?
Steel rotor still, yeah. No need to go to carbon.
It's not that
like
heavy a car.
No, it stops extremely well stock, and one of the things reason why we do change the brakes is really to deal with heat, when you're at the track, and this makes it a perfect track day car.
And these are your tow bars there for your tow.
Right, tow hooks.
Very nice. Well, I love this. And the nice thing is, people can get from you all these accessories or any individual one, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
if you didn't want to mess with your motor and keep it stock, you could get the fiberglass hood piece.
Correct.
And some of the others. Okay, nicely done. Let's take a look at the interior of the car. Well, you got the Race Tech seats, I see.
That improves safety. We have this 4-point roll cage that we actually make ourselves and do sell for people that just want either the look or they really want some
Right.
enhanced safety.
Well, this is different too. You put a different spoiler.
Yeah, we did this, we make this add-on for the original spoiler. This is really so well affixed to the car that you can't change it out, so
Right.
it was better to just do this add-on, which actually does add some downforce.
What kind of top speed are you getting on this?
This speed limited by the factory really is like about 135.
Okay.
But it easily does that at the track, even in a closed course.
Yeah,
I've done that kind of speed.
So you can't defeat that limiter, isn't it? That's
a little bit hard to do. Might
Yeah.
not be a good idea. I don't think
Yeah.
I want to be the guy to do it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't ever want to go more than 140 in this car.
In the 98 inch wheelbase
98-inch
car.
wheelbase, yeah.
Yeah.
But they are so much fun to drive. They're really exciting. How about the white one over here? Let's go over here and take a look at that one.
Oh yeah, we're very proud of this one. This is actually going to debut at SEMA, and this was built for a customer. Actually, he had requested a clone of this car, and in doing so, we actually did some extra things on this car. It's a little different, had a little different emphasis. So right, the flares, that's something you noticed right off the bat.
Right.
So that's actually a 9-inch wheel in the back. So these are Toyos on both cars, and
Right.
they do a fantastic job, and they actually fit, and the car really works.
Wow, look at this interior. Well, that's a few bucks. All the leather, that's made special, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah. To integrate it into the original seat frames that were there.
I'm guessing this is the middle-aged
Yeah.
guy that wants to be comfortable.
Exactly.
There you go. And this looks like something you'd see in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. So that's all custom. I didn't want to ask what that costs, because that's like, I'm sure that's probably $12,000.
It's beautiful stuff.
Yeah, it's beautiful stuff. It looks great.
Yeah.
Really fantastic. Now this has a different hood. I noticed it has, oh no,
It's actually the same
Oh, it
hood,
is the
but
same
painted.
hood.
Yeah.
Painted.
Painted, but so this is real carbon. It's not
Right.
a stripe.
gotcha.
And these are very, very similar vents here.
It's funny,
And-
I might even like the painted more than the carbon fiber.
Oh yeah, and it's more subtle. I mean, on a
Nicely
black
done.
car, you can maybe kind of, dye it down there. You don't
And
look
this
like
really
a kid
gets
racer.
the heat out of it.
Absolutely, yes.
Cool. And both of these cars are streetable, yes?
Yes, they're both street legal cars. All the
Right.
components that make even this car are, all street legal components.
Street legal. You should take this thing for a ride, see how much better it is than mine. Let's find out. Well, initial impression is, I will not spring for the optional race seat. I think my rear end's a little too big for this seat. A little tight, a little buttock clenching. But you feel it come on the pipe. Once you get above $4,000, you feel things really start to come on. But I think a lot of people will, rather than maybe, I'm sure some will buy the whole package, but the nice thing is you can buy any one of these, like the hood separately, like the turbocharger. If you're someone who doesn't like to mess with the engine too much, you can do the appearance package, you can lower it, make it handle a little bit better. Because these cars are great fun to drive. These cars are really about the size and the handling. The extra horsepower is great, but if you don't want to spring for that, you can't afford it, you can do the handling package and not have anything to worry about. Because even and this car is in full race mode in terms of suspension.
We call this our Urban Warrior, believe it or not.
The Urban Warrior?
Yeah, this is the Urban Warrior, about 220, which is our kind of our street package, and it's just like you said, so much fun.
Yeah.
It's
fun to hear that wastegate popping off. How many pounds of boost are we doing here?
We're doing about 25 pounds of boost when they're laid into it, and you can read it for yourself there.
And it doesn't
very
hurt
clearly.
with the stock pipes, with the stock pistons and everything.
No, that's a great thing. These engines are built to a higher spec than they're run at, right? So now we're really bringing it back to a level that it's capable of and was built to do, maybe.
What would just the turbocharging package run you?
Our engine package that would really get you up to a nice power level. I mean, really still under $1,500. Not terribly expensive to have fun, and it really starts to perform like a rally car.
Well, this thing's a lot of fun. I can feel the 80 horsepower difference from my car. But they're still a lot of fun to drive. The horsepower is not the motivating factor in these cars, so it's really exciting. Let's take it up on the freeway. We haven't had it out of really third gear. Let's see what she cruises at. You can still have all these performance options and still get above 20 miles per gallon.
Oh, absolutely.
Even with the big
Above
turbo.
30.
Yeah, above.
Believe it or not.
If you're not on it, you can do 30 easy. But how
Very
can you
much
not be
so.
on it? That's the whole fun. You got to be on it. Come on, let's take it up. Take it up on that on ramp. See how she does. Might be psychological, but I think it is. Let's put it into fifth gear. So at fifth gear at 60, you turn in about 2,600 RPM. The fun part is when the Ferrari 458 has trouble following you down the windy road. Okay, I can't wait to get out of this seat. As you can see, pretty cool, a lot of fun. I love a lot of these little pieces, and you can do the whole thing at once. You can do it a small piece at a time. That's a great thing about these kind of accessories. They're easy to put on, and you can do the performance package or the appearance package, but it's great fun. I'm not going to do the seat. The seat is way too tight. I got to show you how tight this seat is. Hang on a minute. Okay. And if I seem uncomfortable, it's because I am, because this seat is in a fixed position for the original race car driver for this was a Japanese hunger striker who actually fit in that seat, but actually that's pretty tight. But other than that, boy, it's a lot of fun, these things. So give Robert a call. He's got some cool stuff. See you next week.
Mm-hmm.